Hey there, I'm Mr. Terry. I'm a high school history teacher. Welcome back to another History Teacher Reacts video. All right, today we're going to be checking out a video that's about the different types of kids in school. This video caught my eye because it's got 4 million views in 2 months. Now, the channel is called ChainsFR with 1.6 million subscribers. All right, let me know down below which type of high school kid are you or were you when you were in high school? Original videos down below. Make sure to support that. All right, let's check this out. All right, so I'm not that old, and I can't imagine the cliches of how a high school is made up can be that different, because it doesn't sound that different when I talk about my high school experience with people that were older than me. So we'll see what rings true, and also give you my perspective now as somebody kind of on the outside as a teacher looking at the different types of kids that are in school now.
Man, there's a lot of questionable places on
All right, who
Earth,
is this guy?
like the Bermuda Triangle or Area 51 or even this place.
Oh, nice animations.
But none of these
back
places
rooms
can compare to the questionability of high school. And so inevitably, there's some weird-ass kids in that joint. Like, you gotta be careful who you talk to, bro, because you approach the wrong student and shit, you're getting cussed out by a pack of hyenas in social studies class. And usually I never care what other people do. Like, you do you know what I'm saying? But when I gotta sit...
That's great, because I'm in social studies class, and yes, the cat people
do that shit for 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. Shit, can you stop doing you for like 5 minutes, bro? And speaking of annoying kids, there's always that one kid in class who's constantly gargling on the teacher's meat. Like, we'll be finishing up the last class on a Friday, and of course the teacher's pet's gotta say some shit like, Mr. Cummingson, is there no homework for us to complete over the weekend?
Well, no, believe it or not, I'd rather not spend my weekend marking your shitty-ass little essays, so...
Don't worry, Mr. Cummingson, I can help you mark essays all weekend long. Whoa. Isn't that against school policy?
Yes.
What's against school policy? Riding Mr. Cummingson's dick with no license? Hey, you're not allowed to swear. And of course...
All right. So, okay, if you want to know what I do with that kid, so that kid doesn't exist that much. The kid, what about this sort of thing? You know what I mean? I'll be honest. I'm more like, I feel like I'm more like the teacher that was in this. He's like, no, I don't want to grade your crap over that. And it's not because I don't want to grade your crap, but it's like, you know what I mean? But like making it to be some like point of valiance, you know what I mean? For the, you know, the kid that says that. Now the teacher pet kids, usually for me, like if it's a history, because I'm a history teacher, I don't know about that as much as like there's kids that are like really into history and they like to talk about it a lot. I don't know if you interpret that as like the teacher's pet kind of kid, but a kid that's just like really into what we're doing. You know what I mean?
The class clown. And man, I really just gotta commend him for his work. Like, it's not an easy job being the class clown. Dude throughout his entire GPA, future, and probably got his shit whooped on multiple occasions just to keep the class entertained. Like, I'll be rotting in English class, about to fall asleep, until the class clown starts cooking the teacher for no apparent reason.
And next we're looking at adjectives. Does anyone have any good examples?
Yeah, Jason. Bald as shit.
Oh, well, no, that's actually 3 words.
No, I wasn't even using an example. You're just so goddamn bald, it's distracting.
Hey, you know what they say? The more hair I lose, the more head I get.
Stop the cat.
No. I don't think that's true, Mr. Clean. Since you got more.
I like that. I like that how he's portraying this teacher, though. This teacher's awesome. He comes back with all the stupid comments like that.
Hair than you got hoes. And that says a lot with your Caillou looking ass.
Just go to detention, man.
And you know we got the Redditor, bro.
I feel like I haven't had type of kid as much. There's the kid that wants attention. And there's like, there's a bunch of kids are like necessarily, I don't know. There's like, okay, there's the kids that, do they really want to entertain the class, or is it more like they want attention for themselves? I think a lot of it is like attention. You know, they love the attention, whether it's good or bad. You know what I mean? And I don't know if a kid if he's going to try to roast, oh, you better believe they're getting roasted back. And I am a master of that, dude. I got the wit. I got the roasting skills. I can do it. I'll put it right back at you.
Bro, now don't be deceived.
Reddit
Reddit come
kid.
in all shapes and sizes, especially the
True.
extra large size, and and even the extra large size. But regardless, they all have the
paused my
same
game to be
programming
here.
encoded into their brains. They're either talking about a video game or they're quoting a meme, bro. And I got a little piece of advice to any Redditors out there. I don't care how funny that shit may be in your head. If you have to verbally describe what a meme looks like, for your sake, just don't say it, bro. Because I promise you that joke will not hit.
True.
And
You got to know. Okay, he's going to give an example. You got to know your audience. If you want to share memes, you want to do that stuff, you got to know your audience, because if you try to hype up the meme or whatever, or the joke that you found online, and it doesn't work, you're going to get roasted, and you're now going to be the weird kid. You're not going to be the funny, witty
next
kid. All
up, we
right.
got Darren presenting a slideshow on why Elon Musk is poggers. Yeah. Whenever you're ready.
Me standing in front of the class waiting to present.
You know that meme where Mike Wazowski is standing there in an awkward fashion with his hands by his side, and he's got like two eyes.
Now there really is.
Dude, there's literally people that are a human meme, aren't they? It's like their whole world, their whole worldview and experience and any type of interaction revolves around a meme. It's like in replace of social skills, the meme kid. Now I love me some memes. I try to put memes in every lesson I can. I love the memes, right? But of course I'm going to be sticking to, I mean, it's going to be history stuff and all that. But like, hey, I know the audience, and I know the environment.
Levels to being a Redditor. And don't get me wrong, they're not all that bad, but the ones that got that I paused my game to be here T paired up with the beard belly neck beard combo, that shit is lethal. And if you press E to interact with one of these bad boys, you'll get stuck in an endless time loop hearing about Among Us memes and hentai. Now the band kids are like the Redditor's second.
Now I feel like okay, so like younger kids before high school wear that shirt, right? Those shirts like that, like some video game reference to them. I feel like in my observations, it's like once you get to high school, you're gonna get like made fun of for that kind of stuff. So you don't have something that self-reporting in that way. What do you guys think? I mean, there's gonna be a few kids that might do it, but like, you know how there's the little kids that do that.
Like it's all the same shit, but bro just knows how to play a tuba. Now on the opposite side of the spectrum, we got the dudes who touch grass. The athletes. Now,
like
I feel like
jocks.
these dudes got a bad reputation when it comes to the jock stereotypes from the movies. Because the ratio of athletes shoving nerds in lockers is probably like 1 in 75. And the one was most likely just having a bad day. Speaking of bad days,
I feel like, okay, if you do have the shoving kids in lockers, we all know that there's movie stereotypes and they go over the top of that. I don't know. I don't feel like, but both my experience as a teacher and as a high schooler, like, it necessarily does it come from the athletes though? It's like it comes from like, I feel like that kind of hostility, the bullying and a lot of that comes from the kids that are outside of like most all the social groups, and they have a very, very narrow one of people of ones that are not doing well with like expectations, whether it's socially, academically, or whatever. And then perpetuate that upon others. I don't know. Where do you think that comes from? Is it the jock kid? Because like those kids, they get trouble. Sports are so big to them. They can get, suspended. They get in trouble with their coaches. Like they don't want to hopefully do that. Now, doesn't mean there's not those, some of those cocky, arrogant athlete kids that can definitely exist. But you know what I mean? As far as like, the bullying to that extent, is that really coming from that? You think is the
really
majority?
Has a way of ruining your day, and you really got to feel bad for the nerds who have to endure this type of harassment every single day. Well, actually, it's only every other Tuesday after their football practice. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to be shoved in a locker at all. You shouldn't have to be. That's grammatically incorrect. It's actually supposed to be you shouldn't. Shut the. There's really just three types.
It's like I also think a lot of bullying comes from within your own group. Athletes bullying other athletes, the hazing, right? There's like social hierarchies within groups. Dude, I'll tell you one of the things that I see. All right, you got the kids that they love like like Dungeons and Dragons or Magic cards or something. Kids, you might be like, oh, they're nerds or whatever. But like, I'll tell you what, when I go and listen to them, I'll see them play in the library or something like that. They're mean to each other a lot. Like I see almost fights coming within those groups, you know, of them arguing during a game, or like the one screwing around during the D&D thing, and the dungeon master's getting pissed because he's like, yo, let's be serious about this. You know what I mean? It's like within your own group.
The smart people.
Bullying
The
comes from.
first dude, you wouldn't even be able to tell bro's smart because he's just lazy as fuck. He be acing every test using 1% of his brain power. Like he's got that Elon Musk potential, but shit, he just
He's
doesn't
not
really
going
feel
nowhere.
like being a billionaire today. Or on the other hand,
That's the problem, man. It's great to be smart. That's great. But like, there's a component to being smart that you have to have, which is a work ethic. Man, I got so many kids that underachieve, and they're like the most frustrating kids because it's like, you are so smart. If you would apply yourself, you're going to be able to do whatever you want. Instead, you're going to live at the behest of others. You know what I
you
mean?
got the weirdly political and argumentative smart dude.
Debate
this guy
lords.
used up all his IQ points on logic and reasoning and completely forgot to upgrade his social awareness. Because this is the kind of guy that everyone mutually agrees is just annoying as fuck. Like you can't do shit around this dude without him trying to start an argument. Yo, Chains, you think I sink this half-court shot? Bro, there is no chance you make that shit. But you are incorrect. No chance implies that statistically there is a 0% chance that it goes in, which is wrong, as others have made this exact shot before Billy. Truthfully, there's a chance for just about anything to happen, even though the chances may be slim. Well,
I'm trying to identify with whoever this character is, because I feel like I thought maybe he was talking like debate lord kids. Those are kids with incredible narcissism, incredibly narcissistic. It can be, but like this kid doesn't sound like that. He wants to show these probabilities, but he's doing it out of a sense of narcissism to try to appear to be the smartest person in the room everywhere. Or is he just holding back some kind of fact?
Last cap, because there's no chance for you, bro. No chance for me to what?
He's gonna
gotta be
miss.
more specific. For you to get some bitches. And some people are just smart,
gosh.
and they still have the ability to be a normal functioning member of society. A lot of these people are chill as fuck. Like
We
they
love
can
those
teach you
kids.
shit you don't understand, carry you in group projects.
Just the
and
good
if they're
people. The
goated,
good
they
people.
can just bless you with the homework. And this is not the same as getting your homework from the class clown or the athlete, because this shit is actually correct. And next, we got the other dudes who touch grass. The stoners.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you looking at me? There's always a dude posted up in the back of the class who's visually fried as fuck. You'll commonly see him posted up with a snack of some sort, and
Yeah.
you know they never forget the bev. Now you don't want this dude's homework, because I promise you we will just have a bunch of doodles with some mushrooms and this graffiti S, and somehow these motherfuckers will manage to take a multiple choice test and get every answer wrong. Like, it's actually kind of impressive when you think about it. But besides that, they're just cool people. But I'm not gonna lie, I can't really say the same about the hot Cheeto girls, bro.
Okay, I was gonna say though, like, okay, the stoner kid. All right, what's I knew some of those kids in high school. Some of them were cool. Some of them were angsty. The angsty like type. Then there's the chill ones, right? I'll get those kids in my class. You know, they come in. They don't care about the class, you know, as much. You know, they might pop in you know what? Sometimes those kids will pop in with some really interesting thing that pops in their head about history or something they're like fixated in, like drugs and ancient Greece or something like that. And a lot of those kids, yeah, they, you know, and it's great when they don't feel like you as somebody that's trying to like mess with them, you know what I mean, as far as like if they're chill. And so I feel like actually a lot of times I have pretty good relationships with those kids, and I get, you know, I want them to do well academically, but I also want them to enjoy being here. So am I going to just ride them all the time? Like no. I hope for little ways that I can encourage them, you know what I mean? But I like a lot of those kids. As long as they're, you know, as long as you're not messing with other people, You know what I mean? Or at least not just being so against what I expect of if it's behaviors or something like that. But like if you're just gonna be chill, a lot of times we have great relationships. I feel
like these girls put in an
effort. And fortunately, in some of those cases, a lot of them kind of come around eventually. You know, I'll see them after high school or something like that, and they're like, "Hey, I was lazy, I was this and that, I'm trying to get my stuff together." And it's just like it might come a little bit later to show how, you know, it's great to be chill, but like at some point you've got to be assertive. You've got to be ambitious. You know what I mean?
To be as loud as possible.
Okay, what is this? The Cheeto girl?
Bro. Like these girls put in an effort to be as loud as possible.
Okay.
Like, Lord forbid if one of these girls breaks one of their long ass nails, it doesn't matter if you sit on the opposite side of the class. You're gonna hear about it. You're also gonna hear them chewing those hot Cheetos because they be lip smacking like crazy. Speaking of smacking, there's always that one kid in school who simply enjoys smacking motherfuckers. And at my school, it was Jordan Johnson. And if you see my high school fights video,
that's why you don't mess with me, yo. I'm Jordan Johnson.
Or my high school dances video,
I'm Jordan Johnson.
You would know.
So this is what I was saying. I think I was saying, he sees what I'm saying, is there's a difference between this guy and the bully jock kid. Like this is the bully that is outside of so many of the social groups. And maybe that's why they do that, and they act like that, but are also expressing something from outside the home where this kind of behavior is probably demonstrated a lot.
Jordan Johnson keeps
and it comes from a lot of self inadequacies and a lot of projection.
Solid ass record, but it's at the point where bros fought so many people that nobody really even fucks with them, cause now it's like either you fought Jordan Johnson or your homies fought Jordan Johnson, and either way it's fuck Jordan Johnson. But all bias aside, you just got to appreciate the top tier high value entertainment that JJ brings to the school. Like after
Here's a question for you. How many of those kids do you remember in school, but then they disappeared at some point? You know what I mean? You saw those kids in junior high, then you never saw them again. These kids don't last long because they can't handle social situations.
After a long day of calculus and chemistry, there's nothing like watching a dude get Batista bombed in front of the whole school. And speaking of the whole school, 75% of the whole school are straight NPCs. And there's nothing wrong with it. It is what it is, because honestly, I love you for that.
NPCs,
I couldn't be happier to share the school with
you guys,
man. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I would survive a school without NPCs. The sheer amount of Redditors, hot Cheeto girls, and teachers' pets. Fuck, I'd rather be homeschooled at that point. But all jokes aside, man, every student plays a crucial part of the high school experience. So remember to appreciate everyone.
All right, I definitely got some final thoughts on this. Don't go in. You know, I actually really liked the way this guy did that. It wasn't just like fully just like making fun of this and just ragging on this, but like showing that. And I like how he brought it all together and saying that like it's just school. Like I'm such a proponent of being in public schools, or just schools that are not like homeschooling. I just mean like schools could be private, whatever, but like being in a school with a diverse amount of people, because in many cases it's a microcosm of society. If you can't handle things in like a school, when things are, you know, they may seem like high risk, but it's a lot low risk. Like a lot of people, those people don't transition into society. You know what I mean? Understanding these people are going to exist in your adult life, and some continue down the path. Like not everybody grows out of these phases. Like there's still the same type of people that just are now going to be your coworkers and all that stuff. Like, shoot, you might end up being one of those NPCs, but there's a good chance that NPC is going to be your boss one day. You know what I mean? So knowing how to deal with all these people, and that also understanding that once high school's over, things do get different though. And what you may have valued and who you may have valued and thought was cool and this and that are not going to be the people necessarily in society running things. But it was good. I thought this was good. This was super funny, but I also thought it did like a good job of not trying to alienate everybody, but just just show how all of this is. And like, I don't know, am I explaining that right? So again, as a teacher, these are still the same things, still the same kids going around and stuff like that. So I don't know. I asked this question earlier. What do you think you are? Are you in one of these groups? Do you feel like you're the NPC? Whatever. Let me know down below. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye.